I'm Julie. This is Stitching at the Cabin. I know you wanted Alyssa. I said she was back. I know. I feel the same way you do. Just one more. Just one more video of just me. You guys can do it. Hang in there. We've got this. She and everybody in her family, they have all been sick for like the last 2 weeks. So there was no way she was coming over here today to film because no, I don't want to get sick. My husband had to leave. He left this morning on a trip and he didn't want to fly sick. So yeah, they've had a combination of like stomach flu, I think COVID, cold. Like I don't know. Definitely stomach flu is one of them. So you know how that is for her with her phobia of vomiting. It's been rough, but she should be back next time. She says she'll be back next time. Everything should be good for the next time. So just bear with me. I have no notes, none. So we're not going to do WIP SHARE or finishes, even though I have both. We'll wait for her, then we can properly ooh and ah. And this was kind of a spur of the moment. I'm alone on the Sunday. Well, my son's here, but we just went to Walmart and got back. So he's not going to be coming in here anytime soon. So I thought, here's my chance. I'll do this real quick, and then I'll get on with other things I need to do. So quickly. So I didn't make notes. I didn't check anything. Hopefully this is all the projects. I do know that I need to show you my finish. I finished High Hopes for my mom for her cancer treatment thingy. These are these. I'm thinking these because I've done 2 now, but this one is done. I already gave it to her, so I can't like hold it up and show it to you. So I'm going to put in a picture so you can see. Probably, I think it's 2 or 3 pictures. They're all very, very similar, but so you can see it was finished. I'm sure when she frames it, she will take a picture so I can see how it came out. I would have framed it for her, but she frames her own stuff. Like, I mean, she takes it, she does what she wants, and I wasn't gonna fight with her, so. That took a while. That took some time. There was more left on that than I had realized, and I had to devote some time to that to get that done. But it is done! Yay! I'm happy with how it came out. I love that little bird bath with the birdie on it in the middle. Love it. Love it. Love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. Just Nan is great. Y'all should stitch it. It's fun. So yeah, we'll save the WIP shares and the finishes for when Alyssa's here. But that doesn't mean you can't send them. So if you have a WIP you're working on, send it. StitchingAtTheCabin@gmail.com. If you have a finish, a recent finish, it doesn't even really have to be recent. I'm not going to come to the house and check and see if it was fresh off the needle or not. Send your finishes. StitchingAtTheCabin@gmail.com. I did go on a retreat, so we'll talk about that. Not much new with my mom's health, but I'll tell you about that. I still have my biopsy no, I did my biopsy. I have my surgery coming up. Maybe I haven't given you my biopsy results. Oops. Well, I kind of did. I'll tell you about that. I think that's about it for the new and exciting stuff. So we'll see. If anything pops into my mind, I'll tell you. But like I said, no notes. Spooky. No notes. So let's do keto first, because that is tradition. It is tradition. Keto. I think last time we spoke, we had just finished this page and we were starting up here. So now we have continued on with this page. I mean, I just don't even know what to tell you anymore. Heaven and Earth Designs, Keto by Annie Stagg, retired, 25 count, 2/1, full cross, page 20 something. There's a lot more of her up above, but you know, you can see the top of her head. Before much longer, we're going to roll up her eyes and probably his head. Her head, its head. Whatever. We're just working our way across. Working our way along. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask. Just because I'm like blah, 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 doesn't mean that I don't love her, that I don't want to answer questions. It's just that I've been saying the same thing every single time for, well, I started in 2018, so ever since FlossTube, that you've been hearing and seeing keto. I will take pictures after, actually. Well, I'm going to put this back there, but there's a haul behind that, so you kind of already saw some of the haul. This is, Harvest Afghan, I think is what it's called. I got it from Stony Creek, or at least the fabric came from Stony Creek. Hopefully I have put in a picture of what it looks like. I'm going to try to do picture here and thing there. Alyssa kind of figured out what's wrong with the iMovie thing, and apparently it's 3 fingers. You would use 3 fingers to drag, and that causes a problem. So you have to like click and pull. So we will try that and see if it seizes up or not. It worked for her. She was editing a different kind of video lately and discovered that was the solution. Anyway, Afghan. Yes, it is an Afghan. It is big. Big Afghan-y thing. I think there's 25. I think 5 by 5. So yeah, 25. So this is, I believe, the third. Yeah, one. Yep, you can't really see it, but it's up to 1, 2, 3, the third block down. So I'm going down and then up and down and up and down. That's the plan, at least. So I'm on my way down, and this is the third block. There's no point really showing you the other one. It's cloud and sky and leaf, and if you've seen it, if you've been here a while, you've seen it before, and if you haven't, well, you'll eventually see it when I move the Q-snap. I'll take a picture and you can see the whole thing. But anyway, this is the roof and like rain gutter, and then this will be house. So this one is so much fun. It is 4/2 full cross. Super fun. I'm telling you, it uses a lot of floss, but it goes so fast and it's so easy to see, and it's just, it's a pleasure to work on. This is what I have in the office. I would probably be done by now if it wasn't in the office, because I love it so much. I would have just started it and not stopped it, but unfortunately work gets in the way, so not very often. This is a 17 by 17 inch Q-snap, in case you were wondering why it's so big. So big. Whee! I have lots of haul-like stuff to show you between my husband and Stitch West and Kim. Kim enabled me. Yeah, I got lots of haul. But anyway, let's up. This is what I was working on today. Yes, there is painter's tape on this. I'm sorry. I'm not really sorry, but I'll tell you I'm sorry if it makes you feel better. Again, I'm gonna have to put in a picture. If I couldn't get the thing to work, you saw the picture on the whole screen. If I could, then the picture is here. I started this with Stitch and Mommy at the cabin 2 years ago, definitely before the fire. I have been working on it this weekend. That's what the wheel spun, so I have been working on it. You should see quite a bit of progress here. There's a chimney that wasn't there before. Also, a good chunk of my time actually has been spent fixing a color issue. There was on the color key, there are full cross stitches, and then there are some that are half cross stitches. And in the half cross stitch section, there's one that looks identical to a full cross stitch one. And I had to fix the color key to identify that it was half for those. And apparently when I did, I picked the wrong color. So I had done quite a bit of this, you know, like over here and some stuff down here. It was coming out like a bluish green instead of the gray that it was supposed to be. So I had to fix all that, tear stuff out, and then I got back to working over here. So I'm hoping to get a little more time on this afternoon, so you may see this next time as well. I do keep track of when I film versus when I've worked on stuff to make it so you see most everything, assuming it saves, unlike that last time. But I did check today and it had saved. So this one is super fun. I don't know the name of it. I'm sorry. I don't even know who it's by, because this is that one I accidentally bought, the not original. I didn't know it was only in a kit. I thought we were doing a good thing when we bought it, helping Ukrainian designers. Turned out that's not what happened, and I'm sorry, but I already owned it and I started it, so I don't know actually what it's called. So I had a new story while I was at Stitch West. I try to always have a new start when I go to retreat. I'm not really sure why. I think it's just tradition. And I think that I'd gotten this on the freebie table, possibly at Stitch West one year. So I thought, okay, I'll start it. Took me a while to find the fabric. I ended up using Picture This Plus Heroic. I don't know if you remember, I bought a bunch of samples. I bought a bunch of small pieces, I think about this time last year, because I think it was that thing in November, Black Friday. I think Black Friday is when I bought them, because they were on sale or close to it, maybe. Anyway, these are small pieces of fabric. This is Heroic from Picture This Plus. And that's as far as I've gotten. I've never done black work type stuff before. I know it's not black, so it's probably not officially black work, but it kind of is, and I'm enjoying it. Although I guess I kind of have because my peacock has some, but you get the idea. I really like it. I do. I really do like it. I suspect I'll finish it next year because it doesn't take like super crazy long time. I mean, it takes a long time, don't get me wrong. Nobody at Stitch West saw this, I don't think, because I worked on it. I started it and worked on it in the hotel room at night. And believe you me, I did not spend a lot of time working on things in the hotel room because, yeah, you're like so exhausted from all the peopling, and you spend the entire day, like from the time I get up in the morning, I go down to Starbucks, get some breakfast, and then go hang out, and then we spend the entire day together up until like 9:30, sometimes 10 at night. I know some people stay later, so there's not much time, and there's a time change, and it messes with me a little bit, and yeah, I didn't get a lot of work done, but I got that done. Oh, and some of that was in the airport while I was waiting for my flight on the way back. Okay, I did take this to Stitch West. Design Works, Peacock. I think it actually says the Peacock. It is Joan Elliott, actually, according to where my finger is right there. That says Joan Elliott. I did make a little bit of a mistake and I'm having to fudge some, but I think I've figured out how to fully fudge and I've marked it on the pattern. This is Clematis from Sugar Maple Fabrics. It's a 28 count Jubilee. I love this fabric. I love it. And Pam from Just Keep Stitching actually complimented this and the garden. I was shooketh, I tell ya. Although, I mean, I'm sure she's just nice to everybody, but still, whatever. So I was mostly working down here. I did have to frog part of that while I was there and fix it. So I had done a lot more than how it actually appears. But yeah, that's what I was working on, was that like kind of band thing down there. See the band thingy? Band thingy. But this was that black work I was talking about. Even though also that's not black, that's purple. But, you know. Yeah, it's purple. Anyway. I love it. I love it. I love it. I absolutely love this one. I love Sugar Maple fabric. It's such a shame you can't get it anymore. Unless you can find somebody selling it secondhand. Because that was discontinued like, what, 15, 20 years ago. You will see in haul my husband did manage to find me some more though and bought it. Didn't even tell me. I was in Stitch West and he bought it while I was there, and then when I came back he surprised me with it. Wasn't that sweet? I have a great husband. And now at this point he knows his fabrics. He can tell when it's sugar maple, when it's not sugar maple, and he knows sizes, and he's getting better. He's getting pretty good. This I think will also be a finish hopefully next year. Language of the Flowers. I did not take that to work on. I just worked on it at some point. I think I was probably working on it the week before I left, maybe. I think the wheel spun it for... Did the wheel spin it the last time we were together? I don't know. Man, I love this fabric too. It's so amazing. This is Picture This Plus. It just feels so good. I think it's Sand, if I remember right. Sand from Picture This Plus. Just, oh, it feels so good. Sorry, I digress. I know. So, let's see. I think what I worked on was, I finished this big thing and then some wording in, I think, 2 different places. Maybe, I don't know. I did a lot of words and flowers in that general area. So let's see. Here's the top, and then we'll just kind of work our way up. Oh, apparently I started that. Is that everything? Can you see it all? So there's not that much left. I mean, this is the end of the page, and so it's whatever's in that chunk and then down. Right? Yeah. Almost done. These are the called for colors. I love it so much. The only people that I think I would say should not stitch it, if you do not like to change colors, there's a lot of color changing, but you do use the same color for a little chunk before it changes, so I wouldn't I wouldn't say absolutely don't do it because I don't particularly like to change colors, and I love this one. So I feel like maybe if you really, 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 really hate it, you won't like this. But if you just mildly dislike changing colors, maybe try this one. Maybe try it. This is what I was working on before I left. This is my moose. Mrs. Stitch just named hers Jimmy. I haven't named mine. Jimmy the second. Alyssa's working on this too, so maybe Jimmy the third. I don't know. But I was working on the moose itself. Thinking about taking this to the retreat this week, the end of this week. We'll see. I did just work on it, but it's nice because, you know, it's Ada, it's not super dark, I'm making progress, it's not digital, that makes it a little bit easier at the retreat, although I'm not flying, so it's a little easier for me to take other things, but anyway, that's my problem to figure out, not yours. Not yours. What do you think? Is he looking more like a moose? There's a page break, like right in the middle, someplace over here. I don't know exactly where, and it makes it so difficult to. It's my eyes, and it's not a good one to work off of a copy unless it's a color copy, and I don't have a color copy. So even trying to like highlight it and stuff, the symbols are dark, and you have to see the colors because some of them are the same but in different colors. I don't know if that makes any sense. Jimmy the Third is a handful, but I love the way it's coming out, so I will continue with Jimmy the Third. We will see if I end up taking him to the retreat or not. At the moment, yes, but you know, also I don't know. I'm thinking the page break must be right through here because that section's not done yet. And that has to be part of the which page, which side, which section. Oh! Like that. Oh! Oh! Alright, here's the garden. I told you I took this one. Maybe Pam commented on the wisdom. No, I don't know. Doesn't matter. She's just being nice. Tiny Modernist. This definitely went, and I did get several comments. I'm pretty sure Pam commented on this one too. This I was working on in the lobby that first night when Stitch West hadn't officially started yet, so quite a few people saw it then. I'm not even sure if I worked on it in the room. I can't remember. It hasn't even been that long, and I'm still like, I don't know. So this thing is definitely new, and I finished up top with the little hedgehog and all that. Another one I really do enjoy. It's pretty. It's called for lime dots, I think is what it's called. Fabric flare. If you really want to know, ask me in the comments and I will look. But I'm pretty sure. Also, I think I said it in the last video. So, yeah. Other than doing backstitch, I love it. I'm not a huge fan of backstitch, which makes it seem kind of weird. Why did you try blackwork if you don't like backstitch? I don't know. I don't know. Why not? The colors in this are just so pretty. So much pretty. 2 more, and then we've got haul. This is Wisdom Sampler. This definitely got a lot of attention at Stitch West. I now know Colette, the highway stitcher, already stitched it, finished it. She showed me her video where she had, and that's when several people had recognized it from. Rika, House of Stitch and Stash, she told me that she has it, she just hasn't started it. I don't know, several people approached. Alma brought someone over, I think, who was going to do it. A lot of people like this. And I'm not a sampler kind of gal, but I gotta tell you, these colors just, I can't help it. I had to do it. This is my only sampler, I believe. did do a little brick house, but I'm not really sure if you could call that a sampler, but that's finished anyway, so. Alrighty. This is just a cream linen, Edinburgh, I think it's upside down, 36 count. Does that help you? Oh, it's ivory, cream ivory, same difference. So I did some over here with the dog, and I worked on some letters, and I think I finished, I don't know which direction, but some of the red either down or across. I do not recall which. My advice, which I told several people while at Stitch West, is if you work on this and you do it on 36 count, do not do it 1/2, because there's blends, especially in this flower, so you have to do 2. You can do 2/1 if you wanted, if you're a psychopath, but 2/2 is what I would say. But just make sure you realize that you do have to use 2 strands so that you can blend. Pretty. I don't actually get tired of working on this one, at least not so far. I'm sure I would if I tried to be monogamous, but, you know, I know better than to try to be monogamous. And Alyssa did tell me she worked on Universe in a Jar, so when she comes back, we will ogle that, and we will harass her, so maybe she will work on it more often. Although I know it's hard with kids, and especially sick kids and a sick husband. They literally all were sick, and not at the same exact time. It was as soon as like someone started to feel better, somebody else got sick. Maybe 2 were sick at a time. Like I feel so bad for her. Okay, so I gave in. Eggs all around, Glendon Place. Every time I pull this out, I want to do the beading so badly, and I'm like, nope, wait till the end because it's on a Q-snap and we don't want to squash beads. I couldn't resist. I did some beading this time. I was bad. This fabric is, I think it's Witchelt, and it is whatever the called for is for Princess Ileana from Mirabilia. It's like peaceful purple, tranquil purple, calm purple. It's a relaxing name, whatever it is. Sorry, I don't know off the top of my head what it is, but at this point, I don't know for sure which way is up. I'm gonna say this way is up. I mean, obviously, if I was looking at the pattern, I could tell you, but I'm not, so I can't. I did do a little bit down there. I think this one entirely with the beading, that's beading. This has beading on it. That one does not. Yeah, so this, and this all have beading, but I did do some stitching down there, and this one is entirely new. So that's what I recall working on. The before and after may help you. This green is not the called for. The called for was not variegated enough, so this is, it's a DMC. Ooh, I see it down here. It's 92. I don't remember who told me that, but somebody else stitched this and recommended that, which is why I used it. You likey? I know, you're like, finish more eggs. Like, why did you start this egg and then move on to this one? Why did you start this one and not finish that one? Vice versa, whatever. Yeah, I know. I know I'm a terrible human. That's just the way my brain works. But I do like the beading. I mean, it's so slow because I didn't have a tacky bob, so I was trying to hold the Mill Hill bead pouch open with one hand, and I have my lolly stand, and I'm picking up the bead, and I kept like dropping them, and then I had to get it in there, and then I couldn't 2-hand stitch, and then one time I spilled a bunch of the beads. Yeah, I should have just gotten the tacky bob. I mean, I have several, but I didn't. And I don't know where my bead mat went. I had a bead mat. It was downstairs in the garage for a while because I was working on something down there, and then I cleaned up and I moved it, and now I don't know where I moved it to. It'll turn up one day. I thought I knew where I put it when I remodeled that closet, but when I looked, it wasn't where I thought it was. Anyway, I didn't mean to like slam that down. Slam! Ah, and I have to open all these. I put them all away so nicely, but I'm gonna have to open them all to take pictures. Why didn't you tell me that? Okay, so you want to see haul? I can show you the thing that came this morning. My husband bought this for me. Oh my goodness, I'm gonna take it. Ow! That was painful, the bottom shirt. I'm gonna take it on the retreat with me, especially this one because I don't have to drive. Look, it's a toolbox. It's a little mini toolbox. And the drillers even have the little foam in there. So I'm gonna put my scissors and needles and needle thread. Sorry, this is a weird angle. Needle thread. This is the little feet for it. It like literally came this morning, so I have to put that on. But I'm gonna have this sitting in my spot at the retreat. It's gonna have all my supplies in there. Isn't that neat? Amazon is pretty cheap. My husband thinks he can 3D print Stitching at the Cabin logo and glue it on here instead of that. How exciting is that? And they come in all different colors. He has a green one. He bought me a pink one. So I'm excited about that. They have a bottom for it too, like that sits on a bottom that's all drillers. He has both. I didn't need both. One was sufficient. All right, so then Kim Hollenbach, this is all your fault, Kim. She had bought one of these off of Etsy. I'm sorry. And she showed it, and I realized what a genius idea this is. The magnets are really strong. Really strong. Like, I've only gotten it to put it once. Give me a second. There we go. So, you have your little back. You stick your mill hill that you're working on, your perforated paper mill hill in here, and then you, ow, don't pinch your thumb or get bear hair in it. Foot womby. This is a bear. Bear. Somebody gave that to me. Isn't that cute? Foot womby. And then when you're stitching on your mill hill, it's like a little frame where you don't get your floss caught on all the edges. It doesn't hurt your hand. You don't twist it. This is so smart. So smart. Thank you, Kim. So while I was shopping there, I also got this because I thought it was pretty. I don't know how well you can see that. That butterfly moth thingy. I don't even know. It's not in English, so I can't tell you if they consider that a moth or a butterfly. But anyway, it's a thread holder, but you stitch in the middle to all the holes and stuff, and then it's a floss holder. Isn't that exciting? I need to do that. I don't know when, but I need to do that. So then I told you my husband found fabric for me. Sugar maple. This is jelly bean. I have jelly bean. I love jelly bean. This is, sorry, I got distracted. 27 by 36 jelly bean. I showed you jelly bean before. It is just so pretty. I love jelly bean. This is an opalescent ice crystal. Ooh. Ah. And then these are smaller. I'm going to have to take them out because there's like 3 in a bag. This is golden turret. Golden turret. Shimmering dune, also opalescent. So pretty. Angel kisses. Oh my goodness, look at that. Look how beautiful that is. I'm sad it's only 9 by 13, but whatever. And then sugared marshmallows. Opalescent as well. Isn't that beautiful? Okay. And then these were different auctions, which is why they're in these bags, but they ship them all together. This is burnt papyrus. So pretty. And cocoa bean. Cacao. Whatever. It's a bean. Salt box. That's prettier in person than it is on the camera. That looks like no color on the camera. Morning meadow. Pretty. And then there's more. What have we got? Summer Twilight. I know the bags make it hard to see, I'm sorry. Tranquility. Very tranquil. Canada Goose. Ice Pops. Now I want a big stick. Hopefully you know what I'm talking about. Deep Teal. That one's less exciting to me because it's not like multicolored, you know, it's not hand dyed, but whatever. And then this one. So I did eventually buy that limited edition Heaven and Earth design that Be Careful Now, or I don't know. Hopefully I have a picture and I'll stick it here. That woman like bending over the town. I did eventually buy that. I couldn't resist it. And when I went to Stitch West, Live or Die LA was there. So I was talking to Valerie and I said, hey, I'm looking for a fabric that looks sort of like this background of clouds because I really don't want to stitch that. She had something that would probably work. In the meantime, my husband was buying all this sugar maple and he happened to buy this one, which would fit. It's 32 count. If I did 1/1, it would fit. And I think it might work. It's got the blues and the browns. It sort of looks like clouds a little bit. Like I'm not sure that I care enough that it's not actual clouds. Like this would save me having to custom dye something or use something else. I wouldn't have to stitch the background. How did he manage to buy like exactly what I needed without even knowing that's what I needed? That is bird papyrus. I think that's how you say it. That is also that. Okay, that's just not going to fit in there. So let me just stuff it back in this way. Okay, I'll stuff it in later. How's that? So yeah, I'm very excited about all of that. Ah, that moved. Let's move. Oh, Keto. Keto has opinions. Let's maybe just move this stuff down here, over here, and then we can... I just saw more fabric. I didn't remember having more fabric, but apparently he bought me more fabric because I just saw it. Let's see what this fabric is. Oh yeah, he found a auction that had silk weaver and sugar maple, but it's mostly silk weaver. I think there's only one sugar maple. I think this is the only one. It's Pussy Willow. Pretty, huh? And then this is silk weaver. I don't see a name, so we can just call it anything we want. I really, really like that. I think that is so beautiful. This might have been sugar maple too. I don't know. It looks a lot like that one I'm doing peacock on, doesn't it? That clematis. I bet it is. Okay, so everything else is silk weaver. I don't think any of these have a name. These just seem to be unique. Solo dies. And this says solo. This says solo. Yeah, these are just solo dies. That's not a complaint. I'm gonna have to find a lot of small things because he's got me a lot of small fabrics. All right. Put all those back in here. Okay. I think that's it for the fabric. Oh, that's not it for the fabric. But the rest is my fault. So, Stitch West has vendors, and vendors make you buy stuff. So, I saw this project bag. I had to have it. I wasn't even trying to buy project bags. I wasn't even looking at project bags. Honestly, I was waiting my turn to look through the Gentle Earths because I needed some floss colors. That's all I was doing. I was minding my own business. That's what the inside looks like. But I had to stand right in front of these project bags while I was waiting. So I bought this one and this one. Isn't this adorable? And then someone gave me a needle minder that just could not have been more perfect for it. Boo, I can't hold it so you can see. It's just perfect. I was gonna stick that needle minder on my lottery stand. Sandra, who doesn't have FlossTube, she's not on social media or anything, but she's a good friend, and I always look forward to seeing her at Stitch West. She had more bead containers. She gave me these last year. She was going to put them on the freebie table, but she gave them to me, and she had more. So now I have more. Thank you, Sandra. She's always so sweet, too. She's always giving stuff. I'm not going to show you, like, all the things people gave, because it's just an extraordinarily large amount of things people give. So I'm sure you'll see that on other people's floss tubes. These were the gentle arts that they had. I need more, but these were the ones they had. So I appreciated being able to buy those. And that's what caused all the project bag issue. But I did buy some fabric from Live and Dye LA. This was not the original piece. I bought, no, this was the original piece. I saw it and I liked it, so I bought it. I can't say the name, but I'll hold it up so you can see it. That has way too many of those evil letters in it that I cannot say. But, isn't it pretty? So pretty. It's bigger than this, but I wasn't going to open the whole thing, but it's pretty. Okay, fine, I'll open the whole thing. It's not really that blotchy in real life. I mean, it's blotchy, don't get me wrong. It's not that blotchy. It's more blended-y in real life. So I couldn't resist that. I bought that. And then I was minding my own business, just stitching away at the table like a good human. And then Jamie, Craft Stitch and Chill, is it X Stitch and Chill? I get those two confused. She yells across the room, "Hey Julie, look at this one." And then I bought it. Hang on. It's not in here. Pretty bag. Here it is. Shades of Purple. We all know how much I love purple. I mean, how am I going to say no to that? Right? How does one say, "No, thank you. This isn't the prettiest purple I've ever seen. It's just the most beautiful purple I've ever seen." You can't say no to that. Do I know what I'm going to stitch on it? Absolutely not. Not a clue. Does it matter? Absolutely not. Because something, somewhere, will call to me. I will be trying to find fabric for something, and this will be exactly what I need. Because that's the way fabric works. I am convinced that I could buy any piece of fabric on the planet and eventually find something that's absolutely perfect for it. Or that I think looks good that turns out later on I'm like, is that the right choice? Because you know. Okay, so those are those project bags. There's odds and ends, things people gifted. Just trying to move that all out of the way. Okay, so for the designer, Stitch West, it was Hands-On Design, Kathy Haberman, and Mr. Hands-On Design was there as well. There we go. Oh, well, when we arrived at Stitch West, we were all given a bag. Isn't that great? Now, I can tell there's something in here. I can't remember what's in here, but there's definitely... Oh, somebody went and made enough of these for all of us. You could... It's got a little magnet hook thing, too. So that's magnetic, and you hook it on, and then you can hang the little thing on there, and then it's a good little orb catcher. Isn't that neat? That's so neat. And it matches. It matches the bag. But, back to Kathy. So... she actually even did a tutorial on this other one. We had a little mini class. They gave us so much stuff. So much. This is just amazing. I'm trying to find what it is. Make today count. And then there's a needle minder. And there's some pins. All the finishing stuff is here. Make today count. And of course you can finish it like that too. There's all sorts of options. Really, really nice. But then there's a board to put it on. We could get paint if we wanted to. There's an entire thing of needles and this cute little handmade needle book thingy, and everybody had different fabric. The fabric itself, she split, like what is it? There is a very faint white line on this so that you can use, I'm trying to see, there's another white line that goes up and down here. See how it does this? So you can do the big pattern that I just showed you, not that one, this one. You can do that one there. You could do that one there. And then the next day, she gave us this one and all the finishing stuff so we could do this one up here. Like, okay, one here, and the big one down there. I don't know what I was saying. And all the finishing stuff, all of it. And instructions, excellent instructions. These people are amazing, absolutely amazing. Some people started stitching it right away. I did not. Some people did the finishing class right there. I didn't because of the where I was sitting and the way I was sitting. It would have been almost impossible. I had my back to everything and I had no table space. It was very traumatic where I was sitting. I'm never putting my back to the front ever again. No back to front for me. And it all came in a thingy. Okay. Whew. I think that's it for the haul. Because, you know, that wasn't enough. Look, I have clothes on. I left today. Okay, so I guess we should spin. Okay. Now, the spinning is a little tricky this time because I have a retreat starting Thursday and I will be back Saturday evening. So most likely what this is spinning for is not going to be this weekend unless it's going to be an easy to take piece. So probably what this is spinning for is next week, during the week, or the following weekend. Either one. You will see whatever this is next time. Boop, 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 boop. Golden. Well, I mean, I just worked on that, but sure. Or we could have a new start. Should we do random number generator and see if we want to do a new start instead? Because I did just work on golden twice. Okay. 143 is McKenna by Chatelaine Manning. I could start that. I'll have to look at it and see if I want to start that. Otherwise, I'll just work on the garden again. I'm leaning at this point more towards garden, but I'll look at the McKenna one because I know I have the fabric. I think it's just DMC. I only sort of remember what it looks like. You want to hold on while I find? No, I don't want to go find it. I don't feel like finding it. I'll look online. So this is what McKenna looks like by Chatelaine Manning. And I mean, it's really pretty. I don't think I want to start it, but we'll see. We'll see what mood I'm in when the time comes. What is going on? Okay, so my mom finished her chemo. She rang the bell. She was given flowers and gifts and all this stuff. We all cried. The sad thing is that really is the last time. So I don't think I'm going to see them again, except, you know, if we intentionally go there just to visit. And I love the infusion nurses, so it was really sad. At least last time we knew there was a chance because of the clinical trial that we might be back. But this time we're done. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm really happy that cancer's not an issue really hugely at the moment. I don't want her to have chemotherapy again. It's just that I really liked them. So we did all that. My sister flew out. She was there. It was very nice. We had lunch after, and then I left the next day to go to Stitch West, and then I came back, and my sister left the next day to go back. So I really didn't get to see much of my sister. But the oncologist told my mom to wait until January to start radiation. She does still need that, and I think it's every day for 7 weeks, except for weekends. And he said that the reason to wait until January is because they find that the consistency going every day has better results than if you skip days. And with the holidays coming, people tend to have to skip days. So they don't want to do that. So he says better just to wait until January so you can do it all at once. So December 2nd, we have an appointment with the oncologist and with the radiation oncologist. So we'll get all the details then. That's her update. Me, I went to Kaiser and I had the biopsy. I told you I was having one on my shoulder over here, one mid-back, and one on the back of this thigh. And I don't remember what I told you. I don't think I had them done when we last did this. So I don't want to repeat myself. Basically, the dermatologist, I think she's like bipolar or schizophrenic or something. She's really nice, and then she's really not nice, and like it just flip-flops. Alyssa was able to go in. She saw, I do have pictures. I will put some pictures in. It was supposed to be one punch over here, and then the other two were going to be scrapes. But before she even started, she looked again and said, nope, punch, punch, scrape. So I have a couple of pictures. I can't really show you the one on my thigh unless you want to look at my butt, which I'm not really comfortable putting on public television. So maybe I'll just show you the this one. This is the one Alyssa really took video and pictures of and stuff. You don't want to see all that, but I'll show you a couple pictures. If you're squeamish, look away right now. See that? She punched a hole in it, then she cauterized it, wiped it all up. Had to do that a few times because it wouldn't stop bleeding, and then she stitched it up, and there we go. All right, you can look back. So, had that done. She didn't tell me in advance about the aftercare instructions. I wish she had, because I wouldn't have done it when I did it. But you have to put Vaseline on the stitches, all three of them, every day, twice a day. Cover that with a Band-Aid. But also no exercise, no lifting, no stretching for 3 weeks. 3 weeks. 3 weeks. The next week I had to fly and carry my own luggage. I think I'm okay. I think everything's fine. But anyway, the results came back on, I think I had the biopsy on Wednesday, and the results came back on Saturday night. I was at the cabin, actually. We have permission to be at the cabin again. It was weird, but it was a lot of words, but the general idea was that it was just an abnormal mole. And I mean, that's what I thought. So I was like, cool, we're fine, everything's fine, and I put it out of my mind. Then Monday, I worked in Anaheim, and so I was in the office, and I got a call from the physician's assistant. I don't know, somebody at Kaiser called me, and she said that the doctor had asked her to call, and I thought, oh, well, she's just calling to say it's fine, but kind of weird that they called. They were just going to email. The doctor had said multiple times, we're not going to call you, we're going to email you, so was not expecting a call. So she said, it's an abnormal mole. It's a dysplastic nevus, I think is what they called them. She said the middle one that they thought might be basal cell was completely nothing. It was just a regular mole. The one here and the one on my leg were the dysplastic nevi. And I was like, okay. She's like, so your options are surgery or something or something. I don't remember now what it was. And I was like, what? But it's not cancer. She's like, oh no, it's not benign. And I was like, what are you saying? And she's like, no, it's not cancer, but it's not benign, which means it could turn into cancer, so you need to have these surgically removed. Okay, so I am going back December 11th to have them surgically removed so that they cannot turn into a melanoma. I'm not real happy because these have to heal first, so I'm going through all this. They're painful. They still hurt. It's been several weeks and they still hurt. I get the stitches out this week on Thursday, but I don't like it. It's hard to sleep. It's uncomfortable. It's a lot of changing of, I was going to say pads. It's not pads. Band-Aids and Vaseline. I don't even know why I'm doing the Vaseline, but whatever. So I said, well, can't we just do it now since you're just going to go into the same place? She said, no, it has to heal first. It has to be a flat, healed surface. So I have to wait another month after the stitches come out, and then they're gonna go in and cut deeper and wider, and then should be fine. But then they say I have to keep a close eye on myself, and I reminded them everything was on the back of me and I can't see the back of me, so they're thinking she's gonna have me come in every 6 months for a check, but it's up to her. And she's like bipolar, so who knows what she'll say. But I was going to switch and maybe see if a different dermatologist could do it, but without even getting the chance to ask that, the woman on the phone was like, she specifically says she wants to do the surgery, so we'll schedule it for December 11th. Does that work for you? Yes. So Good news, bad news. I mean, good news, it's not cancer. Bad news, it could turn into it if I leave it alone. So guess I won't be leaving it alone. Stitch West was fun. Stitch West is always fun. I don't love to fly. Colette was kind enough to pick me up from the airport. Although I went to the wrong place, it made it really hard for her to pick me up. That was not intentional. We had a delicious dinner that night. We went out to eat. Stitched in the lobby some. It was great. Retreats are amazing. You just meet the nicest people. It was good. It was fun. There were a lot of famous people there. You know, Java Girl Stitches, Pam and Steph, Deb and Kath, obviously, Rika, Nisi Lynn, who I didn't know, but she sat behind me and I ended up talking to her some. She's really funny. I like her. Yeah, lots and lots of famous people there. Famous in our community. Oh my goodness, the brag table. I don't have, I didn't take video or anything. I have seen video. I think Nisi Lynn did a video. There were two things on the brag table that I just completely fell in love with. One was a Chatelaine, White Knights of St. Petersburg. That sounded racist when I said it, but I think that's the name of it. I think it's one of the bigger ones. Anyway, it was beautiful. Beautiful. It's on opalescent fabric. Beautiful. I think I have a picture, but it won't do it justice. And then the other one, oh my goodness, I am obsessed. I am so totally obsessed, but I keep flip-flopping about whether or not to do it, and this picture will not even come close to doing it justice. It was in ink circles, that the circles one. Stitching Big Things with Hallie stitched it. The circles or something foreign French maybe. I don't know. All in beads, delicas, stunning. There's no possible way to show you what that looked like in real life. It was breathtaking. Several of us stood and just stared at it for the longest time. It was the most amazing thing I have ever seen in my life. And of course now I want to do it. But I don't even know where to get delicas. I don't know if I have the patience to be like that. There's so many reasons in my head. I'm like, don't do it. But I love it so much. Speaking of decisions, Heaven and Earth is doing their 2025 sale. It is on sale now. And so they have shown you all of the charts that you can choose from. You pick one, you buy that one, then you stitch on it. It's released in sections. If you finish this year 6 pages, you get all of the charts, all 12 of them. If you finish it, you get all 12 of those charts, plus one of your choosing from the site, I believe. And then this year they also have participation charts. So if they get 1,000 participants, then everybody gets this one cropped Dragon Muse one. If they get 2,000, then there's another cropped hummingbirds. That's about all I remember. And then if they get to 3,000, Odin, which I love, super fat bird, like a cardinal, love that one, cropped thing. And then if they get to 4,000, I can't remember what it is, but there's a 4th one. So I was like, yeah, I'm probably not going to do this. But then I love 2 of the participation charts, and they're cropped, so they're smaller. And I was like, ooh. So I looked at the 12 options, and Drinks on the Beach was there, which has been on my wish list for several years. And I thought, oh, done deal. This is perfect. This is a no-brainer. I'm going to do that. I have no intentions of finishing it. I'm not even going to do the Sal thing, but then I have a chart that I like, and then I get involved in these participation things, and it's going to be amazing. And then I looked at the mock-up, and I went, nope, I don't like that mock-up. I like the Super Size Max Color mock-up. But that's not an option. So now I keep going back and forth about, do I want to do this? There's 2 other pictures that I like. Do I want to do it? Do I not want to do it? I'm not going to do the actual Sal, but do I want to do enough to get the participation and then still have this other chart? Or do I just buy those other charts and crop them myself? This is where I'm stuck. But sounds like they're almost up to 1,000 already. But I have a couple weeks to decide, so I'm thinking about that. I don't know. I did not do the South in 2024. Nothing appealed to me enough to do that. And I didn't have the participation charts, so Anything else going on? I should have made notes. I didn't. Again, I'm sorry Alyssa's not here. She'll be back. I know we're much better together. I am not funny without her. At least not in this kind of setting. My mom and sister came to the house along with Alyssa and the babies while I was gone. So I didn't get to see any of them. But I have seen some pictures of what happened while I was gone. So maybe I'll include those. That should be it. I don't think there's anything else. Alyssa should be back next time. I don't know if it's going to be 2 weeks, 3 weeks. The rest of this year, between all of us, we're traveling a ton. My husband's in Kentucky right now. I'll be staying in Anaheim at the end of the week. And then we're back. But then right after that, my son leaves for Japan. And then shortly after that, Alyssa goes to Hawaii. They'll both be gone for a couple weeks. We have nobody for Thanksgiving. Hopefully my mom will let us come to her house. And I mean, we'll bring food and stuff, but hopefully she'll have us for that, because otherwise we're going to be here alone. And then my husband and I are going to Las Vegas, see Garth Brooks during Cowboy Christmas. And then we're going to Hawaii for that golf thing with the insurance company. I think that might be it. But that's a whole lot of travel. So trying to coordinate my schedule with Alyssa's for the next several months, not easy. So you may have a longer wait than normal. But my promise to you is that Alyssa will be back. I was going to just promise it'll be the next one. But what if she can't? And then I can't film again because I made you a promise I couldn't keep. She will be back before the end of the year, if I have to drag her here myself. Thanks for watching. I'm sorry it wasn't as exciting as it is with Alyssa. I promise she'll be back. She'll be back. Bye. Thanks for watching. I appreciate all of you.